And we're back. Howdy my gays, my nerds, my people of all genders and sexual orientations. This is Ethan Bonreal, back at it again with more Earthbound. And last time we were here, we made our way into Belch Base, which is the factory we're in right now. So we learned that a giant sentient pile of barf named Master Belch is actually enslaving these little freaky things, the Mr. Saturns, and forcing them to work on this assembly line making fly honey, which is its favorite food. Sucks for them, but lucky for them, we have a bad case of the heroics, so we're gonna bust those little fuckers out, even though they got really bizarre looking faces, and move forward with the game. So this is the same day as my previous Earthbound reporting, or I guess same night, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit tired here, but I'm trying to power through this. I want to record a full service video after this one, and oh, Jeff got caught. Let's try this again. These foppies are actually very handy for level grinding, because they give a lot of EXP, and every character on your team can just about one-shot them, which is handy. Hey, Ness got a level, good for him. And are we gonna get any other levels? Nah, we ain't, but that's cool. Honestly, we actually don't even need to go up there, which is why I'm not gonna do it. We're gonna go in this room, there should be a butterfly in here, thank you. We don't even actually need to do that, because this boss is actually Phenomo Ultra Mega Easy Deluxe. And we don't even really need to use PSI to beat it at all. It is nice, though. It makes it a little bit easier, but it is a very easy boss. It's basically like a cutscene boss, almost. That's disgusting. I really am not about those burp noises. But anyway, how are y'all doing? I'm trying to decide what I want to do today. You know, I haven't really been interested in trying to get the attention of men lately. Actually, that's a lie. Sometimes when you're depressed, like, the idea of, like, being with someone is nice, but, like, all the actual work that goes into it is just, like, eh. And so you're just, like, sitting there kind of twiddling your thumbs, being like, I mean, it would be nice if someone just tripped and fell into this bed, but, like, I'm not gonna really go out of my way to go for it. And then also you get the feeling, or at least I do, that, like, is this really all there is? Like, am I just gonna, like, look for some genitals for my forehead, and, like, is that just gonna be, like, what I use to moderate my mood now? Like, I might as well just start smoking weed or something. Like, that's a lot less more trouble in the grand scheme of things, but, you know, you have to deal with what you have to deal with, right? You just have to, as I say, get into it. I think that's something that's actually kind of like a gay coming-of-age thing, I think. Like, when you get a little bit in your later 20s, is that there's just, well, even then, you can get that pretty early in your life. It's just the feeling of, you know, is this all there is? Like, am I just gonna be, like, on Grindr trolling for dick when I'm depressed, like, for the rest of my life? Basically. Which is, hopefully not. I hope the most for all of you, but it's just kind of a reality of things. That's, you know, life doesn't just hand you a happy ending instantly, sadly. Although I feel like it's maybe owed to us a little bit, because a lot of us have some really rough-ass lives and have to deal with some really shitty people. But, you know, whatevs. That's just how it is, and you gotta deal with it. But, as far as I'm doing, there is no man here, clearly. I'm recording this video, so I'm filling my life with other happy things, like doing a Let's Play series, and, you know, masturbating a lot. That's basically what I spend my time doing, and that's okay. I'm gonna live in ultra bachelor mode for most of my life, and I'm about it. I'm ready. I've settled in. Maybe I could use some more pets, though. I think that would really help me out if I had a few more pets to make things a little bit more smooth. I do love my dog, though. My dog is very cute. He's really annoying. He's really old now, too, but he just loves to... My dog does not bark, but he just loves to whine. Not even for any reason, just when he's bored. Like, I legit played with him for like an hour and a half the other day, and he just was like, I guess it's time to whine, question mark. I mean, I don't know what else to do, so I'ma just have me a good old doggy cry, which, and I noticed the difference between him whining because he wants attention or he's bored, and him whining because he actually is, like, in doggy pain, because he has very distinct... I really could go without these belching sounds, but this is the boss that I was telling y'all about. This is the agent of Gygus, who is the bad guy of this game. A giant pile of barf with tusks, but, you know, sad for him, he is not very hard to beat because his weakness is that jar of fly honey, which is why they mention it like every second of the game up until you getting it and you getting here. They just keep mentioning the fly honey. So he's going to be preoccupied munching on that, and we are going to be preoccupied beating the barf out of him. I mean, the more barf out of him. And this is basically just an excuse for me to talk a little bit more. So, we're about probably 3/8 in Earthbound right now. We're closing in on halfway into the game, but we still got a little whiles to go. And honestly, if I just recorded videos more regularly, this could have been done. This could have been done like 2 or 3 weeks ago. This game isn't that long, it's just like you just gotta get through it. Which is, that's an ugly way of thinking about a game you're let's playing, but it's like, there's just long stretches of land in Earthbound where you just walk and get into, like, fights that are like the... Can you not burp like that? Thank you, I'm glad you're dead. They're just long segments where you just have, like a bazillion enemies on one screen, and they all just want to murder you, and you have to just go through those fights, and some of them take a while because you get loaded up with status effects. But we're not there yet, so we're not going to worry about it too much, but man, I'm not looking forward to one of the next segments of the game, just because just every enemy and their mom either wants to explode on you or load you up with every status effect. But we're done with the Belch base, right? Thumbs up. So we're going to rest in this hot spring for a second here. And the hot spring is going to cleanse us of all the... Oh, we need to move a little bit more. There we go. It's going to cleanse us of all the gunk that was on us because we are covered in barf and just very nasty smells. So now we're refreshed, and there's a cup of coffee waiting for us here, so we're going to ask this Mr. Saturn if we can have some. Drink coffee before go. Say yes to me. Say no to me. Well, I'll go ahead and say yes, because, you know, I'm not in the mood to turn down anything free. But this is one of my favorite cutscenes in the game, so I'll read the dialogue for it. I should do that. You've traveled very far from home. Do you remember how long your... Oh, shit. Okay, let me summarize this. Do you remember how your long and winding journey began with someone pounding at your door? It was Pokey, the worst person in your neighborhood, who knocked on the door that fateful night. On your way, you have walked, thought, and fought. Yet through all of this, you have never lost your courage. You have grown steadily stronger, though you have experienced the pain of battle many times. You are no longer alone in your adventure. Paula, who is steadfast, kind, and even pretty, is always at your side. Jeff is with you as well. He's kinda cool, I guess. Though he is timid, he came from a distant land to help you. Ness, as you certainly know by now, you are not a regular young man. You have an awesome destiny to fulfill. The journey from this point will be long, and it will be more difficult than anything you have ever undergone to this point. Yet I know you will be alright. When good battles evil, which side do you believe wins? Do you have the faith that good is triumphant? One thing you must never lose is courage. If you believe in the goal that you are striving for, you will be courageous. There are many difficult times ahead, but you must keep your sense of humor. Work through the tough situations and enjoy yourself. When you have finished this cup of coffee, your adventure will begin again. Next, you must pass through a vast desert and proceed to the big city of Foreside. Ness, Paula, Jeff. I wish you luck. I'm gonna do a quick recap of the game so far. So that, because I realized while I was reading this that I have skipped like a lot of shit. Basically because I can't be pissed to be reading things that are gonna undoubtedly be misread by me. Because, spoilers, I have dyslexia. But, basically what's happened in the game so far is we've met Paula, who also has psychic powers, and Jeff, who does not have psychic powers. In Threed, what was happening was a zombie apocalypse. Master Belch, who was that guy who was in the factory that we just murdered, was turning people into zombies and enslaving the Mr. Saturns to force them into making fly honey for it, and Master Belch revealed that he is an agent of Gygus and one of his lieutenants. So now that we've defeated him, Gygus is going to really be gunning for us and trying to make sure that we are extra dead deluxe. But, unfortunate for him, we're heroes, and we've got the tenacity to get through this situation. Oh, you know what? We need to make a quick pit stop inside of here, because there's a store. And I actually did not do this when we first came here, which was silly of me. So this freaky little thing is a ATM. We are going to take 2,100 cash out dollars. And we are going to use it to buy some new equipment, because Jeff and Paula are really having some problems with getting their faces bashed in. So we're going to buy a great charm for both of them. There you go, Paula. You take that. Alright, that's a 1 damage, or a 1 defense upgrade, but it's some. And then also, I'm pretty sure it makes you resistant to certain status effects too. There we go. And then we're also going to buy a silver bracelet for both of them. And we're going to sell the copper bracelets they have. And that's going to give us even more defense. But the reason why I like that scene that just played, it really, for one, I'm a giant sap. I just love, I love encouraging shit like that. Because I have a lot of despair in my life. And I really deal with it not by being positive necessarily, but just having faith in myself, and that things hopefully will turn out okay in the end. Or in the least, they'll turn out more okay than not. I'll still be alive, and that's better than, not being alive, right? But what I'm trying to get at here is, I find that segment really inspiring, because I think that... What the fuck is this shit? Oh, okay. Well, we're not going to buy any of that. But it's basically like saying, you know, you're accomplishing so much that you don't even realize because you're just constantly moving forward. Like things that seemed hard in the past are becoming a little bit easier and you're able to overcome more and more. And that more importantly, like all the things that are holding you back from doing what you want, like those things are struggling to keep you in place, which is like a really big thing that I've learned. Like people are meant to do a lot and they're meant to be successful in a lot of ways. And I think that the things that stop us from being successful, they're struggling to keep us in place because we're constantly trying to grow no matter what. And I hope that makes sense because I am a little bit like blasted because I am like tired, dudes. But we're gonna talk to these freaky things and see if they have anything new. So, Boyne, you have the yeah. Okay, and we waited 3 minutes already. You don't have anything new. There we go. There you go. He gave me some more items. So we have a Mr. Saturn coin, which we are going to equip. I forgot what slot that goes into. I think it's the arms. No. Oh, maybe it's the other slot. Yeah, oh man, that gives a huge defense upgrade. Good lord, I wish I hadn't bought that ribbon, but whatevs. And now that we've solved Threed's problem, we can actually move forward and deal with a problem that is actually relevant to Ness specifically. There is another sanctuary location somewhere near here. I actually don't remember where the fuck it's at, but it's near here somewhere. Maybe, I'm pretty sure actually it's up there, and that there's a ladder that got unblocked, that was blocked previously, that is now good to go up. So we're gonna do that. You know, all that stuff that I was just talking about like how like life just really is trying to hold people back, or not hold people back, but life just holds people back a lot. I think the reason why I brought it up is basically that that's just like a really gay feeling in a lot of ways. Because like I said in the previous part, I think that gay people tend to be really successful when we're given the opportunity to succeed. And that a lot of times we tend to feel bad about ourselves or just bad in general. But we don't realize that, you know, a lot of our experiences, the good and the bad, can lead to us really creating and doing really great things, and we tend to doubt our ability to be successful and doubt ourselves, but really what's holding a lot of us back is just, well, to be blunt, is being oppressed, and then two, because just society makes us feel bad about ourselves and makes us not feel so great, and we tend to doubt ourselves, but you know, when that doubt goes away and when people aren't so keen on oppressing us, I think we tend to really thrive and create and do very beautiful things that are influenced by the experiences we have. So if you're wondering why I'm walking out of here, it's because I need to actually go to the inn here and heal up to full because that coffee did not restore our psychic points, which is a little bit annoying, but also understandable. Thank you. Is Jeff gonna fix anything? No, he is not. That's fine, though. But there is another sanctuary location up here that we need to really take care of. I think that's actually really a big tragedy, is that gays tend to be cursed with really low self-esteem. Not because it's a natural part of being gay, but just because, like, we get put in really shitty situations by society, and for some of us, our families, and it makes us, like I said, doubt ourselves, when really we're a lot of us are destined for greatness, not to be toxic. Like, I legitimately believe a lot of us have a lot to create and put out in the world, and that that's part of the reason why a lot of us are very aesthetically inclined, is that we're just screaming to express ourselves, and we're bursting at the seams with creativity, but we're just unconfident, or unconfident? I don't know what the word for that is. Anti-confident? Let's go with that. In our ability to actually see it through, because people just really push us down a lot. But that's one of the reasons why I ended up liking Earthbound. I think that moment actually really sold me on Earthbound. I can't remember, like, how quickly I got through this game, but I do remember that that was something that, like, really won me over about the game when I first played it my freshman year of college. Oh man, this is really annoying. I'm not sure I remember if Ness can remove mushrooms from himself with his PSI abilities. We're gonna have to see in a bit here. We're actually probably over-leveled for this part too, but the boss here, even if you are over-leveled, is actually kind of hard because it actually can petrify you, well, demonize. Demonized is basically the same thing as being petrified in Final Fantasy, where, like, you're not technically dead, but you are at the same time, which is... Ooh, our inventory is, like, really... full. Also, I don't know why I just did that, but that's okay. Let's see if we can remove this. Yeah, we can't, so we're gonna be stuck with these mushrooms on our head for a while here. But lucky for us, we got a butterfly. That tends to be one of my segue words when I don't know what to say when I'm recording these, is lucky for us. So you can count, I've said it at least like 3 or 4 times in the past 2 videos, or this video and the previous one, but my other filler that my mouth is already trying to go for is get into it. But that's also, I actually lifted get into it from a podcast I used to listen to that was run by gay people. And that used to be just something they say. Also, that's just a very gay thing to say. I don't know if y'all see it, but it just is. I can't really explain it right now, in part because I'm like half asleep, but I think that's something else I've always wanted to talk about, that I'll make like a full video on this one day, but my directions are fucked up because the mushrooms, goddammit. Is that people tend to like... When I talk about something being really gay, I'm not talking about it being masculine or feminine, which is what people tend to default to when they're thinking about gay stuff. It's like, really being the femininity or the masculinity is almost arbitrary in like determining the gayness of stuff in a lot of ways. And I mean that sincerely. Like, I think that... Ooh, that's a juicy defense upgrade. Good for you, Jeff. Is that, like, we tend to have behaviors, regardless of, like, our gender expression, that, like, just really tend to shine through. And it's something you just really start realizing when you interact with a lot of gays. And I wish I could give more concrete examples, because this is like me, like, making this big-ass assertion, and then giving, like, no evidence to back it up. But I just find that it's like, no matter like how masculine or feminine you present, like, we just all have gayness about us. And I think that people just really tend to be distracted by it. Well, distracted isn't a good word, but we tend to overemphasize the importance of what I find to be superficial gender expression stuff. When kind of like rating the gayness of something, you know? And, you know, I'm not gonna lie. My brain just shut down for half a second. What's good? What's going on? This is a sign that I probably need to stop recording after this fight. Oh man. Can we kill you? Are you dead yet? Please don't attack yourself, Jeff. That's not a look. Oh man, if Ness accidentally PSI attacks the party and kills everyone in one shot, I'm gonna literally scream at the top of my gay lungs, and by that I mean just turn off this recording and be very sad about it. But, you know, I'm not gonna... I'm impatient. I don't feel like You fucking murdered Paula! What the fuck is your deal, Jeff? Damn it! Okay, I need to revive her. So... we got an item called the Horn of Life that I pray was not in Paula's inventory because we needed that. God fucking damn it. The Horn of Life would let us revive. Can you stop, Jeff? What the fuck is your deal, dude? I'm screaming. Okay, we need to heal ourselves. Fuck. Okay, heal yourself. What the fuck is your deal, dude? What? Oh my god. Why are you killing yourself, Jeff? Why are you this confused? I'm so sad. We're gonna get a game over here. This is like the second game over we gotten on screen, right? But you know, this is the real Earthbound experience. We're gonna die on screen sometimes, and the sad part is I'm gonna cut the video after we die this time because I am just like obliterate. I am so tired. But I do feel like this is a pretty cute episode. I talked about some stuff that sounded poignant when it flapped out of my mouth. I don't know if it was a look or not though, but what the fuck, why are we all the way back here? Well, whatever, we got our two dead friends, and we're covered in barf, and we got a game over, so we're just gonna sit in this pile of puke and stew on our failure. But in the meantime, thank y'all for watching, I appreciate it, have a good one. I'll try to work on a full service video and a Dream Daddy video sooner than later, but again, no promises, because I'm gay and hate commitment, so bye nerds!